Very good morning, students. In today's class, under Fundamentals of Food Processing, Unit 1, we are going to study the chapter Compositional, Nutritional, and Technological Aspects of Pulses and Legumes. So, in today's class, we will be studying about the composition of pulses, what are the nutritive values of different pulses, and also we are going to study the structure of pulses and legumes. So before studying the composition, let us see what are these pulses. So pulses ಅಂದರೆ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ದ್ವಿದಳ ಧಾನ್ಯಗಳು ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ. ದ್ವಿದಳ ಧಾನ್ಯ ಅಂದರೆ ಎರಡು ಧಾನ್ಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೆಗ್ಯುಮಿನಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ದಟ್ ಆರ್ ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ solely for the dry seed. Dried beans, lentils, and peas are the most commonly known and consumed types of pulses. ಸೊ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಡ್ರೈ ಸೀಡ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನು ಬೆಳೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಲೆಂಟಿಲ್ಸ್ ಬೇಳೆ ಕಾಳೆಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ಲೂಡ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಆರ್ ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಗ್ರೀನ್. ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್. ಸೊ ಹಸಿರಾಗಿರುವಂತಹ ಕಾಳುಗಳನ್ನು, ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈ ಬಟಾಣಿ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇರೆ ಗ್ರೀನ್ ಬೀಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ವೆಜಿಟೇಬಲ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಕ್ಲೂಡೆಡ್ ಆರ್ ದೋಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್. ಮತ್ತು ಆಯಿಲ್ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬೆಳೆಸುವಂತಹ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ಸನ್ನು ಸೀಡ್ಸನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಸೋಯಾಬೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನಟ್ಸ್. ಸೋಯಾಬೀನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ನಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್, ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಕೆನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಫೈಡ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದೆಮ್ because they are considered as oil seeds. Okay, and leguminous crops that are used exclusively for sowing purposes. ಸೊ ಕೆಲವು ಬೆಳಿಲಿಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಡುಗೆಗೋಸ್ಕರನೇ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಬೆಳೀತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಹಾರ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪರ್ಪಸ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಫಾರ್ ಸೋಯಿಂಗ್. ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಸೀಡ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಕ್ಲೋವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾಲ್ಫಾ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕ್ಲೋವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ಫಾಲ್ಫಾ. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಲೋವರ್ ಮತ್ತು ಆಲ್ಫಾಲ್ಫಾ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗಿ ಈ ಭತ್ತದ ಗದ್ದೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಮಧ್ಯೆ ಆಲ್ಗೆ ಥರ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಲೀಫ್ ಬೆಳ್ಕೊಳುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, 3 ಎಲೆ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸಣ್ಣ ಗಿಡ, ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಫಾಡರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕೌಸ್. ದನಕ್ಕೆ ಗಂಜಲಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ದ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಿಲ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಪರ್ಪಸಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ pulses are majorly used as a fodder or food for animals, not for edible for a human being. So these cannot be considered under pulses. Apart from that, all your dals and dicotyledons are considered as pulses. Now, what are some example of pulses? So you probably eat already more pulses than you realize. So popular pulses include all varieties of dried beans such as kidney beans, lima beans, butter beans, broad beans, chickpea, cowpea, black-eyed peas, pigeon peas are also pulses, as all varieties of lentils. Okay, so ಇದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಬೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಸಹ ಕರಿತೇವೆ, ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂತ ಸಹ ಕರಿತೇವೆ, ಲೆಗ್ಯೂಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಸಹ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಡೌನ್ I have given some of the most popularly used pulses. So you can see ಹೆಸರು ಕಾಳು, ಹೆಸರು ಬೇಳೆ, ಉದ್ದಿನ ಬೇಳೆ, ಕಡಲೆಬೇಳೆ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಈ ಬಟಾಣಿ, ದೆನ್ ಬಿಳಿ ಕಡಲೆ, ಚನಾ ದಾಲ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಕಾಮನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಫಾರ್ pulses. Now staple dishes and cuisines from across the world features pulses, from hummus in Mediterranean chickpeas to a traditional full English breakfast baked navy beans to Indian dal, peas and lentils. So most of the cookeries or the cooking items will have dal in it, or the popular chana dal you can say, chickpea you can say, and even most of the Indian food will have these mixture of urd dal and your cereals. Okay, now why are they important? Now, pulses are essential crops for a number of reasons. They are packed with nutrients and have a high protein content, making them as ideal source of protein, particularly in regions where meat and dairy are not physically or economically accessible. So proteins are low in fat, rich in soluble fiber, which can lower cholesterol and help in the control of blood sugar. Because of these qualities, they are recommended by health organizations for the management of non-communicable diseases like diabetes and heart conditions. Pulses have also been shown to help combat obesity. So pulses ಯಾಕೆ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ your meat and dairy products, pulses are the only food item which are very rich in protein as well as the fiber content. Okay, and those cannot afford meat and dairy products since they are very costly compared to your pulses, so they can go for the pulses, which is a substitute for protein rich food. Not only that, since they are rich in the soluble fiber, it will reduce the level of blood sugar, also the cholesterol, and thus it helps in fighting against the weight gain, or it helps in weight loss, or we can say it helps in reducing the obesity. Okay, now for farmers, pulses are an important crop because they can be both sold and consumed by the farmers and their families. Having the option to eat and sell the pulses they grow helps farmers maintain household food security and creates economic stability. Furthermore, the nitrogen fixing property of pulses improves soil fertility, which increases and extends the productivity of the farmland. By using pulses for intercropping and cover crops, farmers can also promote farm diversity and soil diversity while keeping harmful pests and diseases at bay. ಸೊ ಇದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲಿಗೆ ಪರ್ಸನ್ಗೆ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ನಾವು ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್, ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್ಸ್ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ನ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಬೆಳೀಲೂಬಹುದು, ಅವರ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿಗೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಫುಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಸಹ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರೆಡ್ಯೂಸಸ್ ದ ಬರ್ಡನ್ ಆನ್ ಫಾರ್ಮರ್. ಸೊ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮನೆಯ ಖರ್ಚು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬೆಳೆದದ್ದೇ ಅವ್ರು ತಿನ್ನೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆವಾಗ ಫುಡ್ ಸೆಕ್ಯೂರಿಟಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಫುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಯಾವುದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ. ಸೊ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ನ ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ, ಲೆಗುಮಿನಸ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟಿನ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಟಿ ಮೇನ್ ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರಿಕ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಸಾಯಿಲ್. ಸೊ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರಲ್ಲಿರೋ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ಸಾಯಿಲಿಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ಸಾಯಿಲ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಚ್ ಇನ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಫರ್ಟಿಲಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸಸ್, ಆ ಸಾಯಿಲಿನ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಸಿನ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ plants, it will increase the productivity of the soil and also farm biodiversity. ಸೊ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ನ ನಾವು ಗ್ರೋ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಆಗ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರೋ ಆದಾಗ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಣ್ಣಿನಲ್ಲಿರುವ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಲೆವೆಲ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಆಗ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಾವು ಯಾವ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಹಾಕಿದರೂ ಕೂಡ ಆ ಕ್ರಾಪ್ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಬೆಳೆಯುತ್ತೆ. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಕವರ್ ಕ್ರಾಪ್. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಈ ಪ್ಯಾಡಿ ಮಧ್ಯ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲೋವರ್ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳಿಬೋದು, ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಬೆಳಿಬೋದು. ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ರೈಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟಾಪಲ್ ಫುಡ್. These pulses which are grown in between the paddy will be used as a fodder for animals. So it is useful in both the ways. So these are the importance of crops. Now these pulses and legumes, most of the time it is used together. Now what is the difference between the pulses and legumes? So although used interchangeably, the term legumes, pulses and beans have distinct meaning. A legume refers to any plant from the Fabaceae family that would include its leaves, stem and pods. A pulse is the edible seed from the legume plant, and pulses include beans, lentils and peas. So most of the time ಪಲ್ಸಸ್, ಲೆಗ್ಯೂಮ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತು ಬೀನ್ಸನ್ನು ಒಂದರ ಬದಲಿಗೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟರ್ಮ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಲೆಗ್ಯೂಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ಸೀಡ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ಅದರ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಸೀಡ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಲೀಫನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಲೆಗ್ಯೂಮ್. If you are using only the seed part of the legume plant, then it is called as pulses. For example, a pea pod is a legume, but the pea inside the pod is a pulse. The entire legume plant is often used in agricultural application as cover crop or in livestock feed or fertilizer, while the seed or pulse are what typically end up on the dinner plate. Beans in their various forms, kidney beans, black beans, pinto beans, navy beans, chickpeas, are just one type of pulse. Okay, so example ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಬಟಾಣಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಹಸಿ ಬಟಾಣಿದು ಫುಲ್ ಪಾಡ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲೆಗ್ಯೂಮ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನು ಒಡೆದು ಬರೀ ಆ ಬಟಾಣಿ ಕಾಳನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್. ಸೊ ಆ ಕಾಳಿನ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬೀನ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಈ ದಾಲಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ಬೀನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೋದು. ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫ್ರೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ pulses and legumes. Coming to the composition of pulses, so as I said, these pulses are the edible fruits or seeds of pod bearing plants belonging to the family Leguminosae and are widely grown throughout the world. So they have around 20 to 40% of protein, and this makes them very important in human food from the point of view of nutrition. So these pulses are also called as poor man's meat because they have equal amount of protein, like that how much of protein is there in milk or meat, the same amount of protein is there in the pulses. Since it is cheap and worthy compared to your meat, it is called as poor man's meat. Now the per capita availability of pulses has declined from 64 gram per day to less than 40 gram per day, as against the FAO or WHO's recommendation of 80 gram of protein per day. So the amount of pulses has been reduced from the last year, but the recommended allowance for intake for the pulses is around 80 grams of protein per day. So now let us see what are the individual nutrients present in the pulses. So first one is pulse protein. So pulse are chiefly globulins, but albumins are also present in few species. Okay, so mainly it consists of the protein globulin, and even it also consists of albumins. Pulse proteins are deficient in sulfur containing amino acids, particularly in methionine and tryptophan. So it is having less amount of methionine and tryptophan amino acids. Only soya bean has tryptophan level equal to FAO pattern. So all pulses contain sufficient amount of leucine and phenylalanine. Lysine and threonine contents are low on only in groundnuts. So a majority of pulse protein have high molecular weight and are very compact molecules, and this reduces the digestibility of the native protein. So protein also form complexes with phytin and polyphenol present in the pulses, contributing to their low digestibility. So most of the protein are rich in globulins and albumins. Only in soya you can find tryptophan, and in groundnut you can find less amount of lysine and threonine, and these proteins usually combines with bioactive compounds like phytin and polyphenol, and so their digestion rate will decrease in the intestine. So next is carbohydrate. So food pulses will contain around 55 to 60% of total carbohydrates, which includes starch, soluble sugar, fiber, and unavailable carbohydrates. So starch accounts for the major proportion of carbohydrates in legumes. The unavailable sugar in pulses includes substantial level of oligosaccharides of raffinose family of sugar, which cause flatulence production in man and animals. Now these escape digestion when they are ingested due to the lack of alpha galactosidase activity in mammalian mucosa. Now the pulse will consist of around 60% of carbohydrate. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅನ್ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಲ್ ಕಾರ್ಬೋಹೈಡ್ರೇಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಫೈಬರ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇಜರ್ carbohydrate present in the pulses. Apart from that, your pulse also contains oligosaccharide. nothing but the one carbohydrate made up of around 10 monomers of glucose. So example for oligosaccharide present in pulse is raffinose. ಬಟ್ ಈ ರ್ಯಾಫಿನೋಸ್ ತಿನ್ನೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಫ್ಲ್ಯಾಟುಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಯು ಫೀಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸ್ಟೊಮಕ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ ವಿತ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಯೂಶಲಿ ದಾಲ್ ತಿಂದಾಗ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಆಫ್ the oligosaccharide which is present. And also why it causes gastric, because it is not having the alpha galactosidase activity. Okay, so ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಗ್ಯಾಲಕ್ಟೋಸೈಡ್ ಬಾಂಡನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಆ ದಾಲ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರಾಪರ್ಲಿ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್. ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಾಸಸ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇನ್ ದ stomach. Okay, so by cooking it or by germinating the dal or the pulses, you can reduce the problem of flatulence which is caused by it. Now, oligosaccharides are not absorbed in the blood and are digested by the microflora of inner intestinal tract, resulting in production of carbon dioxide, hydrogen and small amount of methane. So germination, soaking, cooking, autoclaving and fermentation reduces considerable amount of oligosaccharides. So ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಫಾ ಗ್ಯಾಲಕ್ಟೋಸೈಡ್ ಬಾಂಡನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತಹ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮಿಂಗ್ ದ ದಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಇಂಟೆಸ್ಟೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಮೈಕ್ರೋ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ಸ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ವ ಅದು ಈ ಬಾಂಡನ್ನು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ರಿಸಲ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಡೈಆಕ್ಸೈಡ್, ಹೈಡ್ರೋಜನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಮೀಥೇನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ಟ್ರಿಕಲ್ಲಿ ವೆನ್ ಯು ಆರ್ farting, the bad smell is because of the methane which is produced during the breakdown of oligosaccharides in the intestine region. And this problem can be reduced, as I said in the previous slide, either by germination of pulses, soaking of pulses, cooking or autoclaving or fermenting the pulses. That is fermenting nothing but when you use it in the preparation of fermented foods like idli, dosa and all, that time this acidity property of the oligosaccharides can be reduced. So that is about carbohydrate. Now lipid forms around 1.5% of dry matter in pulses except groundnut, soya bean and winged beans. So most of the pulse lipid contains polyunsaturated acids. They undergo rancidity during storage, resulting in undesirable changes such as loss of protein solubility, of flavor development and loss of nutritive quality. So around 1.5% lipids will be there in pulses except the soybean, groundnut and winged bean. So most of them contains PUFA, that is polyunsaturated fatty acids, and easily these pulses having the lipid content, more lipid content, can undergo rancidity, and because of which they may cause the loss of protein solubility. So lipids irodrinda pulses alli ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಲಿಪಿಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಡೇಷನ್ ಆಗೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನಿನ ಸಾಲ್ಯುಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಕೂಡ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಲೇವರ್, ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ when you store it for a longer period of time under unacceptable conditions, and even the nutrient quality of these will be lost. So groundnut if you store for a longer period of time, you know, ನೆಲಕಡಲೆನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ದಿನ ಓಪನ್ ಆಗಿಟ್ಟರೆ ಅದರದ್ದು ಫ್ಲೇವರ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾಟ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ದ್ಯಾಟ್, ಈವನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಯು ದ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್. ಓಕೆ, next is mineral content. So pulses are important sources of minerals like calcium, magnesium, zinc, iron, potassium and phosphorus. So around 80% of phosphorus in many pulses is present as phytate phosphorus. So phytin complexes with protein and minerals and renders them biologically unavailable to human beings and animals. So processing can reduce the phytin level. So phytin is one of the anti-nutritional factor found in pulses. So these minerals, whatever is there in that. Phosphorus is majorly found in pulses. Around 80% of phosphorus is found, but this phosphorus will be found as phytate phosphorus, that is they will be attached to the phytine molecules. So because of which the proteins will be unavailable for digestion. Okay, so by processing the pulses you can reduce this problem of forming complex with phytine molecules. Coming to vitamins, pulses contains majorly carotene, the provitamin A. So many pulses contain 15 to 300 IU of vitamin A per 100 grams. Okay, international unit of vitamin A. And thiamine is another content of pulse and approximately equal to exceeds whole of cereals. The average value of thiamine being 0.4 to 0.5 mg per 100 grams, and pulses are rich in niacin and riboflavin. Okay, so under vitamins, these pulses are rich in vitamin A and vitamin B. So vitamin A precursor form, nothing but the carotene is there. Apart from that, it is also rich in vitamin B like thiamine, niacin and riboflavin. Okay, so that is about the composition of pulses. Coming to the nutritive value of pulses. So pulses, as I mentioned in the previous slides, are rich in essential amino acids like lysine, threonine, tryptophan, which the cereals and grains lack. So protein quality differ from food to food and is based on net protein utilization. Net protein utilization is nothing but egg protein is taken as a reference protein and the value of other are expressed relative to egg. The net protein utilization of pulses is assumed to be 65. Okay. Now pulses are the quality of the protein present in pulses depends on the different type of pulse, and overall you will get around 65% of protein from the pulses compared to the egg. Now pulse will give you 340 calories of energy per 100 gram, which is almost similar to cereal calorific value. May also consist of 55 to 60% starch, and in a vegetable diet pulses are important sources of protein and they give about 20 to 25% of protein, that is double the amount of protein compared to cereals. Now the proteins of pulses are not of good quality as they are deficient in amino acid. Pulses contain around 1.5% of fat. They contain calcium, magnesium, zinc, iron, potassium and phosphorus. They are excellent sources of B complex vitamins, particularly thiamine, folic acid and pantothenic acid. Like cereals, they do not contain any vitamin A or vitamin C, but germinated pulses will have vitamin C. So compared to your cereals, the pulses are very rich source of proteins, and even pulses cereals ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರದೇ ಇರುವಂತಹ ವಿಟಮಿನ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಟಮಿನ್ ಬಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಗೆಟ್ most of the minerals, and also they contains more amount of important proteins, but these proteins are lacking the essential amino acids. Okay, so let us see. And one more thing is, besides the previously mentioned nutrients, pulses are also a good source of vitamin B and folic acid. So previously when we are studying composition, I have mentioned, so they are rich in niacin, thiamine and all. So they are rich in vitamin B, also they are rich in folic acid. So in this table, different nutritive value of different dals and pulses are mentioned. For example, here you can see among all the pulses, soybean is very rich in protein and also it is having calorific value of 342. Okay, and so this soybean, few of them use it in the form of soya chunks in their food, which is also equivalent to your meat protein. And even the richest source of protein is groundnut. So groundnut is having the energy of 567, Okay, and it is having calcium of around 90, and even the soya bean also is rich in calcium. Okay, so you can see here uh, the protein value is more in almost all the pulses, and even the carbohydrate is rich in Bengal gram. ಓಕೆ ಯೋರ್ ಕಡಲೆಬೇಳೆ ಏನು ದಾಲೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ಸ್ ತುಂಬ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ದ ಪೀನಟ್ ಬಟರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಅ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬಟರ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಯೋರ್ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಬಟರ್ ಆರ್ ಘೀ ಈಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಮೋರ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. Okay, the chances of weight gain is more if you use this butter, but those who will or want to lose the weight, they use peanut butter as a substitute for this normal desi butter, because peanut butter will not add any cholesterol to your body. Instead it will add protein which is good for the muscle gain. Okay, so the one who are going to gym and all, so usually they'll prefer peanut butter because it will add muscle protein, not the cholesterol, the body protein. Okay, so muscle protein andre you will not gain much weight. Okay, it will give you more strength, core strength. Okay, so that is about the nutritive value. Just note down few of the important pulses and their nutrients present in it. Okay, and last topic for today's lecture is the structure of pulses and legumes. So pulses all have a similar structure but differ in color, shape, size, thickness of the seed coat. So most of the pulses, their shape and size will be different, but they have almost all the similar parts for the seeds. So mature seeds have three major components, that is seed coat, cotyledons and embryo. So even though the structure of seed are different, the part is same, that is seed coat, we call it as testa. Then you have a embryo part. So this is embryo. So here this is embryo, and you have the cotyledon parts. Okay, so cotyledon is here, cotyledon is here, and apart from that you have helium in both the structure, you have micropyle in both the structures. Okay, and you have plumule in both the structures. So one by one we'll study. So here you can see this is the side view of the seed. This is half open seed. Here also you can see the radical part, the cotyledon part, the seed coat or the testa part. This is the embryo part. Okay, so basically the seed coat externally have two parts, that is seed coat and helium. So seed coat is the outermost covering, helium is the small groove like structure which is present at the center. So we'll study it in detail. And also you have embryo. So seed coat irutte, helium irutte, embryo irutte. Embryo will be having cotyledon, epicotyle or hypocotyle region, plumule region and radical region. So one by one we will study in detail what are these structures. So seed coat is nothing but the outermost layer of a seed, is also called as testa. So the function of seed coat is to protect the embryo, and it can be of varying thickness depending on the seed type. So seed coat may be thin or thick based on the type of seed. For example, ಈಗ ನೀವು ಈ ಚಿಕ್ಪಿ ಅಥವಾ ಈ ಕಡಲೆ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಳಿ ಕಡಲೆ, ಕಪ್ಪು ಕಡಲೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನೆನೆಸಿದಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಬೇಯಿಸಿದಾಗ ಅದರ ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ತೆಗಿಬೋದು, ಹೌದಾ? ದಟ್ ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಯೋರ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್. ಓಕೆ, next is helium. So scar from the seed being attached to the parent plant is called as helium. So if this is the bean seed structure, you can see a small groove here, a small mark here. That mark is nothing but helium. So helium andre it is a part of the seed to which the plant is attached. So plant ige attach ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಈ part. So this part is called as helium. Okay, next is the embryo part. So embryo is what forms the new plant once the opportunate conditions are present. So embryo is the part of the seed which will be converted into the future plant. Okay, so you can see the embryo structure is having a cotyledon. It will be having a next part like hypocotyle, epicotyle part and radical part that we will see in the next slide. So embryo will be having cotyledon. So cotyledon is the first leaf that germinate. So it is filled with stored food that the plant use before it begins photosynthesis. So some plant will have one cotyledon, some will have two cotyledon. So basically cotyledon ಏನಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ it is the part which will be germinated into leaf. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೀಫ್ ಆಗಿ ಕನ್ವರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುವಂತಹ ಸೀಡಿನ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಫುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್, ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಚ್ ಈಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಅಪ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂ ಪ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಈಗ ಒಂದು ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮೊನೊಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್, ಟೂ ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೈಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್. ಸೊ ಮೊನೊಕಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್, ಡೈಕಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಯುವರ್ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್. ಮೊನೊಕಾಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೀರಿಯಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏಕದಳ ಧಾನ್ಯ, ಡೈಕಾಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಪಲ್ಸಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ದ್ವಿದಳ ಧಾನ್ಯ. ಓಕೆ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ಯುವರ್ cotyledon, so cotyledon will be having the structure called as epicotyle or hypocotyle. So this epicotyle or hypocotyle is the base for stem. Okay, so it is known as the epicotyle if it is above cotyledon and hypocotyle if it is below cotyledon. So here if you can see, so this is the cotyledon part. So if it is below, you call it as hypocotyle region. So this is the one which develops into root. If it is above cotyledon, we call it as the epicotyle. It is the one which develop into shoot. Okay, so ಈ ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಸ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎಪಿಕೊಟೈಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೀಡಿಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್. ಹೈಪೋಕೊಟೈಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೀಡಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯೂಚರ್ ರೂಟ್. Okay, so these grow upward in response to light. Okay, so these hypocotyle and epicotyle will grow upward because of the light, and the hypocotyle will go downwards because of the gravitational force. Next is the plumule region. So plumule is the shoot tip with a pair of miniature leaves. Okay, so here you can see the structure. ಸೊ ಇದು ಎಪಿಕೊಟೈಲ್, ಹೌದಾ? ಇದು ಎಚ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿರೋದು ಹೈಪೋಕೊಟೈಲ್. ಸೊ ಹೈಪೋಕೊಟೈಲಿಂದ ರೂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಎಪಿಕೊಟೈಲಿಂದ ಶೂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಸ್ಟೆಮ್ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಲೀಫ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಏನಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸಣ್ಣ ಎಲೆ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ಲಿಮ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾವು ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ cotyledon and testa. Okay, now radicle, the part of the seed where the root develop, we call it as the radicle. So hypocotyle will develop into the root. That first point, the initial stage of root is called as the radical region. Okay, the epicotyle ಅಂದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಶೂಟ್, ಅದರ ಲೀಫ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ಲುಮ್ಯೂಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ಲೆಗ್ಯೂಮ್. ಸೊ radicle I have mentioned, cotyledon I have mentioned, plumule I have mentioned. ಈ micropyle region ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ಸೊ micropyle is nothing but, so you can see the small hole like thing here. Okay, the small hole will be there so that whatever the future root is there, it can come out of the seed. So ನಮ್ಮ ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈಪೋಕೊಟೈಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ರೂಟಾಗಿ ಸೀಡಿಂದ ಹೊರಗೆ ಬರಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ದಾರಿ ಬೇಕಲ್ವಾ, ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಓಪನಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆ್ಯಸ್ ಮೈಕ್ರೋಪೈಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಇಮೇಜ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಚಿಕ್ ಪಿ, ಚನಾ ದಾಲ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಆರ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಾ ಈಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ಪೇರ್ ಇದೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಇದನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 2 ಕಾಟಿಲಿಡನ್ ತೋರಿಸುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್ ಆರ್ ಟೆಸ್ಟಾ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ. ಸೊ ಅಪ್ ರೀಜನ್ ವೇರ್ ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಭೂಮಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿದಾಗ ಈ ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಇಂಟು ದ ರೂಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಸೊ ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಹೈಪೋಕೊಟೈಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮೊಳಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ರ್ಯಾಡಿಕಲ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಹೀಲಿಯಮ್, you can see a small gap will be there, helium. Okay, then micropyle. ರಾಫೆ ಅನ್ನೋದೊಂದು ಹೊಸ ವರ್ಡ್. ರಾಫೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಸೀಡಿದು ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಎತ್ತರ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಎತ್ತರ ಜಾಗ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ದಿಸ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ರಾಫೆ. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಸೀಡ್ ಕೋಟ್, ಸಿಪ್ಪೆ, radicle, the part which develop into root. Then here they have showed you the leaf like structure, nothing but the plumule part. Okay, so dicotyledons radicle again. Okay, so hope the structure of pulse is clear to you. So that is for today's class. Coming to the summary, so today we have studied about the composition of the pulses. Under that we have studied carbohydrates will be there, majorly the starch and insoluble fibers, insoluble components ಅಲ್ಲಿ oligosaccharides ನಾವು ಓದಿದ್ದೀವಿ. Oligosaccharides which is mainly responsible for the gastric problem which is caused when you eat the pulses. So ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ protein, so it is a very rich source of protein. Majorly you have all essential amino acids present in the protein of the pulses. Then you have lipids, majorly in groundnuts and soybean the amount of lipids will be more. Then apart from that you have vitamin A and vitamin B, and whenever you are fermenting it, it will develop into terminate it will also develop vitamin C. Then you have studied about various minerals which are present. It is a major source of phosphorus, but phosphorus will be found attached with anti-nutritional factors like phytins. So ಇದನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಅವಾಯ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಂದರೆ when you are processing these pulses you can avoid this problem. Then we have studied the nutritive value of various pulses, and finally we have studied the structure of pulse. And seed of a pulse will majorly have a seed coat, then it will be having the cotyledon part and embryo part. So seed coat is also called as testa. So cotyledon, there will be two cotyledons if it is dicot, majorly pulses, one cotyledon if it is a serial. So these cotyledons will be having embryo part, then it will be having hypocotyle and epicotyle part. Epicotyle part will develop into future stem and hypocotyle part develop into the future root. So the initial stage of this root is called as the radicle, and this epicotyle will give rise to two leaf-like structure called as plumule. Okay, that is for today's class. If you have any doubt, please contact me and ask me, and most probably you may have the internal test in the upcoming weeks, maybe next week or such. So keep studying, don't keep it for the last moment. Make the notes and prepare well, don't waste your time. Thank you.